So today we are talking about capitalism and the downfall of capitalism. What got us to this point? Well, in all honesty, right? In all honesty, capitalism has been on its way out for the past couple years. Not like so it's been on its way out for like the past couple centuries actually, since like the 19th century. But capitalism has just shot itself in the leg. COVID-19 is as bad right now as it has been, and in the US particularly. And of course, me being a political commentator in the US, or at least aspiring political commentator in the US, you gotta think, socialism leads to, good shit for the people. I may say things that are controversial, like the trade union stuff, but it is for the betterment of humanity, for the betterment of the people. Or at least that's what I think. However, recently there has been a development in which leaders of the world, Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, the right wing, the conservative, reactionary right wing, has decided that, hey, this virus isn't that bad. Especially Trump. Trump is wanting to send us all back to work as if this never fucking happened. And we gotta bail out the big businesses. Keep in mind, these are the businesses that fucked us over back in these are the businesses they bailed out in 2008. You can only bail out the businesses so much, And, of course, I'm sick. Everyone's fucking sick during this shit. My throat hurts. But this shit is like the downfall of society, like COVID. So, like, there's 68,000 cases in the United States. Over 68,000 cases in the United States, and 1,000 have died. And Trump just wants us to go out. And these are the official numbers. Official numbers. Not the unofficial numbers, which are higher than that. Because the US doesn't have things like Medicare for all, or like any way of protecting the people if they get sick, so people don't want to go to the hospital. We've been conditioned as American citizens to not go to the hospital unless you're rich, unless you're wealthy, unless you're famous. That's when you go to the hospital. We have been conditioned to not go to the hospital. And apparently now, during a crisis like is happening right now, red line is going down. People are out of jobs. And what does Trump say? Go back to work. Go back to work whenever the first hits. You'll be fine. You'll be fine whenever the first hits. Go back to work. Pretend like it never happened. Just pretend like it never happened, and red line will go up. Kill more people, get more people sick, but if red line goes up, if line goes up, we're happy. If line can continue to go up, we'll be happy. No. This is where capitalism fucked itself. The beginning of the end of capitalism started this month, and it's only going to get worse from this point on. There is no future for corporatism or capitalism, because this isn't capitalism, this is corporatism. The state is bailing out corporations. They're not saving the people. The state cares more about corporations than the people. And this is what we've been fighting against. This is fascism. Corporatism is fascism. And we gotta fight against it. We gotta fight against the issues going on in the US right now. We can't just let society continue on a continual downgrade. Currently, there are rent strikes happening all across the world. Sydney, I'm trying to remember. Sydney, Atlanta, Boston, Philadelphia. There's rent strikes happening in California. There's one happening in Portland. Like, there's rent strikes happening everywhere. You know why? Because rent is fucking ridiculously high. We're at a point where no one has jobs. And what are we supposed to do? Are you going to let everyone go out onto the streets? Are you going to let everyone in the country be homeless? Everyone? Coronavirus doesn't care who it fucks over. It'll fuck over you. It'll fuck over the rich. It'll fuck over the politicians. And that's what the politicians have to be scared of. They have to be scared because even though they think that keeping capitalism in line is going to keep them in power, it's not. And eventually, the people will get sick of it. And they will rise up, and because the capitalists didn't take any measures to prevent this, because capitalists thought, oh well, people don't deserve any, fucking rights. That is why capitalism is bad. It's not COVID-19. COVID-19 just exacerbated. It just exacerbated the fucking issues within a capitalist society. There's no reason why we should be failing this hard. And yet, it also feels as if there's nothing we can do. What you need to do is, I know times are shitty. There's no jobs. There's no jobs you can get. Everyone's getting sick. Coronavirus can actually kill people. Actually kill people, which is something that, people don't think of. It'll cause permanent lung damage if it doesn't kill you. Yet, apparently, you're supposed to just, pretend that everything's gonna be okay. In the name of capitalism, in the name of corporatism. No. We need to get out. We need to start showing that this is not the way the world is going to work anymore. The world cannot survive underneath corporatism. We've seen it. We've seen that this corporatist ideology doesn't last outside of a state, outside of people that care about the what am I trying to say? The democratization in the workplace, when everyone has the ability to own the company they work at. That is when corporatism will stop. Because true capitalism, these companies that exist right now, they wouldn't. The companies that have to get bailouts, they won't exist underneath. They wouldn't exist underneath corporatism. They would fail, and someone else would show up. But corporatism is all about social. It's socialism for the rich. And fuck the poor. And if you're poor, you must do something about this. If you are the proletariat, the workers, go out and have a rent strike. Join a rent strike and fucking do something. Start a rent strike. Because we must do something to save humanity. Or, well, yeah, humanity's probably doomed.